What's up everyone? If you have been tuning into my live stream, you have seen me play this deck before. It's none other than my noisy midnight deck, using Blackmail to get through servers without ever having to encounter any ice. Now, as I said, I updated my deck list to keep up to date with Honor and Profit, and the one card that I found most useful in the new expansion is Express Delivery. I've already explained this in my live video. If you haven't checked it out, please go and do so. It's the off the wall versus on the ball video. You can find it in my list of videos. So let's get into this game, shall we? On the blue side, we have Replicating Perfection. Well, I don't really fancy this matchup at all. It is very unfavorable for me because RP has many ways to deal with Blackmail. This includes Nisei MK2, Caprice Nisei, and Ash, all of which will stop my runs, even though I'm able to get through all the ice unhindered. Alright, so I was able to face check R&D because I have Parasite in hand. So even if he res an Eli, I will be more than happy to Parasite it down. And what he revealed was a Chimera. So, ladies and gentlemen, please never ever put a Chimera on R&D. Now, there's only one case where you would ever want to do so, and that is if you are up against a deck that you do not know, like maybe my Noise deck. You're not sure if he's running Keyhole or Medium, and you really want to protect your R&D on your first turn. Then it's justifiable putting a Chimera there, but he makes a huge mistake in rezzing the Chimera every time I want to gain access. He's paying 2 credits every single turn. I'm more than happy to spend a click to make him waste 2 credits every single turn. It's it's exactly like a reverse Sundew, and it's so effective. I am not even interested in parasiting down the Chimera. There's no point. I'm just gonna let him waste his credits because look at him, he's so poor now. Although now that being said, he's now able to get private contracts going, so that is something that is very favorable for him. But I'm still more than happy to continuously force him to rest that Chimera while slowly building up my bad pub combo. So he still continues to rest the Chimera, and yes, I'm pretty much performing a mini account siphon every turn without even needing to break through HQ, which is awesome. Now, I haven't been getting very lucky with my draws. On the other hand, I did not manage to see the prof context that I wanted on my first turn, and the express delivery did not deliver. So it's pretty bad because that means I have to manually draw, and that means I'm not getting credits for doing so. So my first turn sure gamble can only last so long. Thankfully, I am able to find my same old things early on, so I can actually clear them from my hand for free. 0 credit cost without so that they won't clog up my hand. Getting my hand clogged up is bad because that means I need to trash cards that I will find useful down the road, like the Parasite, the Imp, and of course Medium for R&D digging. Now I finally find a hostage, and that means an immediate prof context. There's no question, I need the click efficiency with drawing cards. I'm waiting for Dugas to come out in the Lunar Cycle. Once that comes out, it will be very welcome in my deck, my Blackmail Voice deck. And Dugas is so much more efficient than Prof Context. The only problem is that I do not think it can be hostage, so I might want to cut back on the hostages to include 3 copies of Dugas. Anyway, I do suddenly manage to find my entire combo in a couple of card draws. New Angelus and Aesops is on the board, and I make a mistake here. Here I should have installed New Angelus and Activist Support instead. This way I am able to get the bad pub on him the next turn. Because now he's starting to threaten to score. Look at that. He's setting up a remote server and advanced state once. So that is not very good for me. I definitely wish to contest that, but I guess even if I install the Activist Support, I wouldn't be able to contest it because I do not have a Blackmail with me just yet. So I keep drawing, and I finally install my Activist Support. And I decide what to do with my last click. Seems like I will draw with Prof Context. Nope, I install an imp. Imp is good for digging whichever server you choose and trashing keycards. This also allows me to mill one card into archives, which could come in useful later on. I think I chose the imp instead of anything else because I'm very low on credits right now. Having to remove the tag leaves me with no credits. And now that's my turn. Oh no, I forget to pawn the activist support. Big mistake. Huge mistake. That will cost me 2 credits because I need to remove the tag again. Now the good news is the 4-2 agenda he scored was an NAPD contract, not a Nisei. That's great. Nisei is one of the hard counters to my deck, and when rushed sufficiently early is a huge problem for me because that renders one of my blackmails useless. And most probably that would be a blackmail that threatens to dig through 5 or 6 cards in your HQ. Alright, so he passes the celebrity gift off, and let's see what he chooses to show me. He shows 4 cards. He has 5 cards in hand, so it is safe to assume that the last card is some sort of agenda. Probably a Nisei, because you wouldn't want to show a Nisei. So that's fine. And this time I put my mouse over activist support, remembering to trash it. Let's go. Time to get into action. But first I need to find my blackmail. It's not coming up. I guess at this point I should have dieseled for the blackmail because I really need to start contesting his servers. Or at least his central. He continues to solidify his remote and does not advance that card. So it makes me suspect that that is not an agenda. It's time to find out. I decided to pay the price of 2 credits to install Raymond Flynn, immediately using it to expose that card. I guess this was sort of a mistake. I mean, what else can it be other than an upgrade, an Ash or a Caprice? Oh, no, turns out it's an NAPD contract. So, yeah, I decide that I can steal it next turn because he cannot score it. Remember that NAPD contract requires more advancement counters based on the amount of bad pulp you have, and he has 1 bad pulp, thanks to me. So now he actually needs to 5 advance the NAPD in order to score it. So I'm feeling pretty good that he's not going to be able to score it and I can contest it the next turn. Because if I choose to contest it this turn, I will be wasting a lot of my credits to steal the NAPD. Now, here's the problem. He installed an upgrade in the NAPD server, so that's a huge problem. So it means that I cannot contest it because if it's a Caprice or an Ash, I won't be getting it. Instead, now I choose to attack R&D. So this puts the pressure on him. If he does not purge virus counters, I am going to run all over his R&D. I access 2 cards, 2 useless cards, and I trash the last one because I can. So yeah, I see a very important card here. It's the Search. The Search medium combo is incredibly strong, so I'm definitely looking to keep that in hand. So now he's contemplating between purging and scoring. He chooses to score, and I remind him that he needs 5 advancement counters to do so. I thought he knew that already because he did advance it 2 times the previous turn. But anyway, it doesn't really matter in the end. I let him spend 1 more click and 1 more credit to score it, and he showed us. I'm really not very sure why he's playing it like that. I guess he hasn't seen any other agendas, to my huge relief. Scoring NAPD is the worst thing you can do. I mean, not the worst, but it's the least ideal thing you can do. Next to scoring a fetal AI, I guess. Alright, so now it's my turn. It's time to blackmail R&D, and this time I'll be accessing 4 cards. So having the whole array of same old things is really coming in handy here. Ouch! Pain, that hurts snare. Okay. Executive retreat, that's huge. 3 points. Now I only need 2 more agendas to win. Hopefully it's not another snare. I hope not. Adonis. Well, I'll trash it because I can. Now, here is a huge problem. I only had 1 credit when I ran, which is pretty stupid because fetal AIs and NAPDs would be completely unscorable. So running there is a huge mistake. I should have used ESOPs to pawn the imp, at least to get myself on a good credit standing. So now, because of this, I am forced to keep the tag. But thankfully, he doesn't abuse the tag that I have kept on me to trash my prof contacts or ESOPs pawn shop, which is a mistake on his part. But it seems like he's probably more interested in pumping out agendas because he knows that he's very close to victory. So be it then. Unfortunately, the snare dropped one of my mediums, but luckily it kept the search that I drew. That one search, so important. Very, very important. Alright. So he uses this turn to gain some gain his money back. And now it's time for me to continue applying pressure on R&D. I draw up twice. And then I blackmail. This time I'll get to see 6 cards. Once again, he made a big mistake in not clearing virus counters. So I get to see a fetal AI and a fetal AI, 2 in the game. I was very lucky here. I didn't actually think that I would hit 2 fetal AIs in a row. Had I not drawn up twice before making the blackmail run, I would have died instead. So that was a very, should I say, lucky win. Not only because I managed to draw up enough cards to survive the flatline, but more importantly, that I managed to access 2 agendas in the first place. I mean, while the chance of accessing agendas are pretty high because of me being able to access 6 cards, top decking 2 of them is pretty painful for him, especially when he's running snares in his deck to attempt to threaten, to flatline anyone who attempts multi-access such as me. But yeah, at the end of the day, this plan worked because he did not make the perfect plays. He did not purge virus counters when he needed to. He did not protect R&D with Caprice or Ash when he needed to. And as a result, I was able to overwhelm him with R&D access. So yes, I like this Blackmail deck. It's still one of my so-called pet projects, and it's something that defines me. Because I think I came up with this deck. Not sure. Anyway, I'm still quite unhappy that it's not a tier 1 deck. It's not even a tier 2 deck in my opinion, because as you saw from the live stream, any competitive deck can host me easily by being too fast or too furious. Yeah, so that's all I have, but I hope you found this gameplay interesting. Thanks for watching and happy net running.